How are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm adding me cam.
Are we just having a staring contest now? Is that
No. Trying to add a me cam. Why does it go the wrong direction?
Whoa?
They keep hitting volume down and it keeps going, oh, you mean volume up all the way? No, volume down. You mean volume up all the way? No, volume down. So you mean volume up all the way? No, volume down. Here, now I've added this so that I can do computer stuff. There we go. It's going to continue to do this the entire time. The thing that gets me is that I cannot turn the volume down all the way. That's actually aggravating. I thought that was an iPad thing, but it's a Restream thing. You can turn it down to 10%, and then that's it. So I'm hearing my echo coming through here constantly. I don't actually want to hear my echo.
So I've had an active evening this evening.
Oh boy. Uh-huh. I guess you can't turn in call volume down. Ever. What's up?
I guess you're not talking to me. I don't know.
No. You said you had an interesting thing, and I said, well, I guess I can't turn the volume all the way down. So what's up? I'm just going to end up hearing two of us until I stop doing this.
So I think there's a write issue, a read-write issue on my external hard drive,
Mm-hmm.
and it caused it to eat all of my comics.
Right.
I've got it mostly repaired, but it means that I have to go back through and draw the JPEGs or draw the frames again.
All the frames for all 5 of them?
Well, all 3 of them. I rebuilt 4 completely. And I have the PNGs, but I don't know if the PNGs are in the right size.
Right.
I don't know if they're in the half size or the full size.
So, my thought is twofold. One, I have recovery stuff here. I've got recovery programs. So it may not be gone forever. It's just only gone until you can get down here or I can get up there. Which is not forever.
Well, this might be a good thing.
If you're okay with it, then I have a second thought, which is I have a terabyte of Google Drive space, and I am more than happy to give you a folder. and let you save to it forever and ever. Amen. And in fact, if you do that, I might be compelled to some degree uh, to move stuff around in the Google Drive so my comics are out there too, so that all of our comics live out there. That'd be useful.
That would be useful for both of us.
If anything happens to me for whatever reason, you'd have the ability to get to Bellatrix Rising. You know what I mean? Like that could be horribly useful for both of us.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm starting to look at the world of I may or may not always be here, you know.
Not
I want to think about in life, but it is a reality.
We are not guaranteed tomorrow.
We are not guaranteed tomorrow. Okay. I tried the video thing. That didn't work. So I tried to do a secondary video thing. So we're just going to have to deal with my audio getting chuggy and weird from time to time. And we'll just have to live with it. Wow, look at how blurry I am. So anyway, I like this plan a whole lot better than losing stuff again.
Yeah.
So we will set that up.
So how are you this evening?
Having family troubles, but I'm okay other than that. It's nothing critical. Absolutely nothing critical. Thanks. You're useless. God. I like having my scopes, but they sure do take up space. Scopes kick butt. Scopes are tight.
So are you ready for the snow?
I figure I'm just going to be stuck here all day. Because now I just got a call from Nate, and he wants me to go shoot a house on Thursday. So this is due Thursday afternoon. So now my Thursday morning show is gone. And then I have to be at a conference for my kid at noon. So my Thursday noon is gone. So really, everything has to be done by tomorrow night. All of my animations have to be complete by tomorrow night. So I pretty much figure I'm going to bed tonight. and then just going to work through the whole day tomorrow without stopping. That's the way
And
I
that's
see
when Guy died.
it. My sister is really mad, though. I'll have to deal with her at some point. Not mad at me, luckily. Not my fault. All right. I'm not going to die, but it is going to be unpleasant. Love you. I'll see you tomorrow.
Hey, Kai, you in bed? You in the bathroom? You almost in bed? Well, I think it is after 10. You need to turn off the iPad and just go to bed.
What's the iPad on doing at this time anyway?
Yep.
Wait, you know what the problem is?
Hmm.
It's feeling all quiet in here.
It is really weirdly quiet in here, isn't it?
We're missing our music.
We're just sitting here and stewing. Stewing.
Nah, I'm not stewing. You might be stewing, but I'm.
I'm actually doing fine. I just.
Uh,
I'm,
yeah, it's funny going through, like, so there's a weird advantage for me if I go through and I take everything I've done before and I rebuild the comic pages, because it'll fix one error that I think would be a huge improvement to the books.
right.
And that would be...
Okay. Hey, Sarge.
Huh?
And that's okay, but I'm worried about you Lucasing it. So
No.
as we don't go through-
I'm not gonna Lucas it. The problem it has right now is if I combine it into one book, the font would be different for every 32 pages.
Right.
And that's not good. So at some point I would have to fix that to make all of the text consistent. If that makes sense.
It does.
So that's the only change I would make.
Snowmageddon Part 4. I'm not sure if it's good. I don't know. Yeah, slick is the problem I've got. Luckily, I don't have to go anywhere tomorrow, but I do have a shoot on Thursday. So I went out today and shot outside. So I shot the house and I shot like the park nearby so that those shots were in the can, because I knew that Thursday it'd all be covered in snow and it'd be a mess, and I didn't want to mess with that. And so it's already snowing right now, even as we speak. I just opened up my window unit here and looked outside to see flurries. It is flurry. It's fine. That's actually why I built this structure that I'm in right now, is so that I can open this up and look outside and go,
And sigh really heavy.
Yep. Pretty much what I do in my life. I have learned a new trick. like a pony. Point of no return. Yeah, Facebook is a little strange. And I noticed a thing about Facebook while watching Geek Tank on Monday night because Kiddo was sick, so I had to bow out of Geek Tank to take care of Kiddo. So I watched it on my phone, and I noticed something very interesting, and that is the closed captioning on the bottom there was putting whole sentences up before people were done saying them. And I thought that was fascinating because that means that the delay in Facebook is partially it holding the video for a second or two, so that because it's holding it, which means that someday down the road it's going to artificially start including beeps and blops. So you'll say, well, this beeping, beep, 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 and it'll just automatically put those in. I know that's what we're headed for. Because there's already that time delay that we've had forever. But now I'm noticing that they're processing the video real time. So I find intriguing and fascinating.
That is interesting. I also noticed something interesting about Spoutable.
About what?
So Spoutable is a new social media that's
Oh yeah, you were telling me
coming
about
in. Huh?
You were telling me about this. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm just saying that I know what you're talking about.
But the interesting thing with it is it doesn't have an algorithm just yet going. And you don't realize how much an algorithm affects your content until it's missing. And you're just seeing things free floating, and it's like, oh yeah, this is the way it used to be.
Mm-hmm. I didn't see what you're talking about, yeah.
It feels so different.
Good night, Sarge. We'll see you on the morrow, my friend. And happy VD.
That sounds more like a... You have a case of ED.
Right.
Well, if you take this pill, you are destined to die from all of the side effects. Which we will now go into excruciating detail
Right.
about the possible side effects.
Yeah. It's like everything. It's actually the thing that's irritating me the most is that I feel like I spend more time trying to wrangle random social medias than I do actually doing my job, you know?
Yeah.
And that does bother me. That bothers me a great deal.
And I think it should. Like, why should we be spending so much time trying to figure out an algorithm and not creating content, you know?
Mm-hmm. That's my problem. I feel like I'm spending more time fussing with algorithms than I am creating content, and I've got a job to do. You know what I mean? It's kind of like I have a thing. I'm supposed to be doing this here. Stops.
I also saw a very interesting thing that actors are becoming very concerned over AI.
That's nice to see. Probably because their butt's going to be on screen all the time with AI now.
And their voices.
Quite literally.
Like, you know, they don't even have to be in a movie to be in a movie.
Right? Like I said, it's their butt. Glad to see them actually kind of concerned about it. Right? Or because it was invented by the internet, it could be Al Gore-isms invented by Al Gore. There's my political joke for the night. Thank you. I'll be here all week. Try to pot roast.
I shall see myself out now.
I'll see myself out now. Uh-oh. I feel like DS2 didn't put all of its things. crap. We're missing renders out of DS2. Oh, this one's there. Oh, I see why. I see why. All right.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
This is. This is DSO7. I wonder if I'm having a problem. Why is this saying? Oh, I swear. I'm making myself have issues.
What's up?
Oh, I'm just trying to figure out what happened to DSO2. So there's two videos that are about four-way intersections. One of them is about four-way stops. Who comes in first, who goes out first. One of them is about where you stop at the stop sign. And I've gotten them confused a number of times. Yeah, I need coffee. But like,
Is it because your file names aren't descriptive enough?
yeah, it's because in the beginning when we all sat down and had the meeting, we called them both four-way stops. And so they both got named that. And so I've been trying to remember that one of them is called the hierarchy of stops, and one of them is called four-way stops.
And what are the two subjects?
One is where to stop, and one is which one goes first. So here's a four-way stop. Just look at the screen here. You know, when you look at this screen,
we've got two different things going on. One, where do you stop at the stop sign, right? In Colorado, we stop at the stop bar. If there's no stop bar, we stop at the crosswalk. If there's no crosswalk, but there are sidewalks, we make a sidewalk and stop there. If there's no sidewalks, then you can stop at the edge of the road. That's called the hierarchy of stops. Then there's the two cars come to the intersection at the same time, who goes first? That's a different set of instructions. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm like, oh. So one of them is...
And you're trying to put that both into one file?
No. They're two different animations. They're both called four-way stops. That's the problem. DSO2 is called four-way stops, and DSO7 is called four-way stops. And the problem was that that's the way it was said when we had our meeting with the managers and everything like that. So one of them I need to rename to hierarchy of stops, and the other one's four-way stops, so that I'll get them. Because this is the hierarchy of stops, which is DSO7. But it's in here in DSO2's spot. And that means that DSO2 didn't get rendered, which may or may not be a problem tonight. I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. Either way, this is hierarchy of stops, so I'm going to pull it out because it's not the one we need right now. But I will use this and do the duplicate thing. I'll go ahead and put in all the rules because I did the animation. We just haven't rendered it, and I'm not sure whether I want to mess with that right now, because as soon as I start rendering, I'm going to probably render that after I go to bed tonight.
It seems like a good time.
So that way, at least all of these are in here, so I don't have to bring up this text every time. They're all in here. So when I've got the animation, I can just plug and play. It should be easy.
Oof. Yeah, that
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
sound fun, Donald.
Considering the kiddo just suffered from horrible vomiting of doom and stuff, I'm glad you chose to do that. Although I'm thinking he had food poisoning. That's the theory at the moment because neither my wife nor I are sick yet. But we're gonna see. This is a knock on wood moment.
Yeah, I have to be careful with what I eat as well, because it can upset my stomach like an hour or two after I eat, or even later. So I always have to keep antacids nearby just in case I'm getting hit. I need too much.
We're gonna have to guess. Crap. I'm not guessing. You. I'm not without a George visit. I'm not without a George visit.
Not a George visit.
I have George butt.
I guess it depends on how you look at things. I mean, really. Well, I did get a kiss, and the chocolates were totally stolen from school. Not stolen, but, leftovers. So, not like we bought them. And, I mean, technically speaking, for Valentine's Day, we got all the throw up. So there's that. It's kind of hard to say whether that's good or bad. You're going to make me guess. Perfect. Oh, they probably would if they could get away with it. You know.
The hearts of Ben and Jerry? Yeah, that is actually kind of strange considering that most places have like a heart ice cream cake.
I went the wrong way.
Oh, that is cool. Holy hell. Did you read on Facebook, did you read the post from R. Allen Brooks about Sunman?
Yeah.
Oh, that is amazing. I'm not in a position to answer you. Okay. One moment. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I don't know, man. But I'm specifically married to someone who's not really big on giving money to companies, being forced to give money to companies. So we've never really been, and I completely agree with her. So we've never really been very big on Valentine's Day specifically. We're going to do something this weekend. And our way of dealing with Valentine's Day is that we have shirts. My shirt is Princess Leia. It says, I love you. And her shirt is Han Solo. And it says, I know. It's like, totally. It's like our way of doing things. So we dig this one a lot. So blind intersection. So
Yeah, that's very, very true, Donald. Birthday card. I don't know if birthday cards make as much because there's not a day. You know, they probably do very well, but there's not a day in which everybody's running out to buy them all at once.
yeah.
Valentine's Day and Christmas are the two that I think would compete the most for cards.
Christmas is definitely one I think to be.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if it's as big of a card day, though. Like, yeah, you send out Christmas cards and all that, but, like Valentine's Day is all about the cards. You know?
Maybe, yeah. Oh my god, editing.
And that's when car A gets its bumper ripped off by car C.
Right? This is talking about looking left danger. Why do we look left first? Because it's the first present danger. Right? This is first, it's the double stop. Stop there. But you'll see you can't see either way, yeah? So then you have to roll forward. And when you do, you want to lean forward and look left. Why do we want to look left, class? Because you can't see very well. Why would we want to look left? That's right. There's car C taking off the bumper of car A. First danger is to the left. That's the point of this exercise.
Yeah, I actually got hit by a car on my bicycle because they.
I lost you there. You got hit on the bicycle because and then you crackled out.
Huh?
You crackled out there. You got hit on the bicycle because they what?
I was on a bike, and the person didn't look left to make sure it was clear to go across the crosswalk.
Mm-hmm.
And I was free and clear because they were making a turn, and they wound up hitting me with their car.
Yeah. Definitely a thing.
That's the one cool thing about this is we get to discuss car safety in a weird way. You know?
Like not the way you expected it to be. Okay, where's smog overview? Come on, people. I know I rendered that. I was there at this point when I did that. Or not. I guess I didn't. Well, that's aggravating. That shouldn't be very long, so let's just go ahead and real quickly roll that up.
Oh, and I saw a Super Bowl commercial that made me so mad. And I was mad because I could imagine you being mad seeing this commercial.
Are you talking about the Ram commercial?
Yeah, for the EVs.
Yeah. Electrification dysfunction.
Yeah. I got so mad for you watching this ad because it's like, this is not true.
I know. They're just so determined. They keep feeding this fear, and it's so aggravating to me.
Particularly since it's a topic that we've talked about quite a bit on here.
Mm-hmm. They're so determined to feed this fear that electric cars kill children, or that was the other one that they did, was the Tesla running over children one. There was two.
Yeah.
There were two of them. They were like, just. And I'm like, you know what? It doesn't really matter at this point in time, because very shortly EVs are just going to be everywhere, and there's nothing you can do about it. And sitting here and just doing this little like whiny thing just doesn't make it any better. Like, it's not going to solve the problem.
Well, and you were telling me about the range you were getting off of your Leaf.
Yeah.
And the range is fine.
The range is totally fine.
Like, I was looking up how much, how many miles we went off a tank of gas in the Prius.
Mm-hmm.
And now, mind you, I only put $20 in, and that fills the tank.
Mm-hmm.
But you're only talking 250 miles?
Yeah.
I mean, if you can't get something done in 250 miles...
That's here to Cheyenne. What really gets me, and this is the part that bothers me about the whole thing, we are notorious and known. We always do this. I just took a picture of my car, and its range was like... That's all it was left, before it ran out of gas. And I drove it for like 2 days. Didn't even think about it. You know what I mean? Like, at some point I stopped and got gas, but I didn't even think about it. It didn't even occur to me that 20 miles was, and here everybody is worried about 10 times. Oh no, I'll be out of electrical time. And I'm like, I drive around in an tank. It's like, and we all do. We all do.
Yeah.
There was somebody who was like, I just hate the fact that they lie about the range. They say that it's going to be 200 miles and 180 miles. And I'm like,
still it's 180
honestly,
miles.
My car gets to 20 miles. But my car gets to 20 miles on the range. My gas car, 20 miles on the range. You really still have 50 miles. I'm like, on the AC, and then, whatever. At which time, like, I'll get the freeway, I'll get onto I-70. All of a sudden, I've got, 60 miles of range left. Nobody says gas cars are lying. Like, nobody holds gas cream the same dick. Like,
the same
EVs
standard.
always say that they're miles and they don't, and it's like, you don't hold a gas car to that either. Nobody holds a gas car to that. If your car says it's got 20 miles, we all know damn well it might have 50 or it might have 10, depending on what you're doing. It makes me so mad.
And my mom brought up the point with, what if you're going cross country and, not every place has a charging station? I'm like, Mom, they make apps that tell you where all the charging stations are.
Like, and it's not like they're a billion miles apart or anything. I mean, people have been, that's the thing. I have driven to Texas and back many times. And in the last 5 or 6 years, every time I go, there's always Teslas on the road. I mean, you know, if it was detrimental, if there was no way to do it, I would never see Teslas in the middle of Oklahoma. You know what I mean? Nobody would be stupid enough to take their Tesla in the middle of Oklahoma if they thought they were going to run out of electricity. And I don't just see one. I see 5 or 6 in every day, you know what I mean, on my road trip. So it's not just one, you know? And I'll bet you, we've gone in a couple
and there
of years.
are apps that'll tell you where things are.
Everything is. Yeah.
I'm sure Google, if you ask like Google Maps, hey, nearest charging station, it will actually tell you where the nearest charging station.
They just fixed the app too because they wanted to make it so that it was they wanted to make it so that it knew what kind of car you had, because they're right now, of course, they're playing the cute little irritating capitalism game of everybody has a different charging alignment, you know, which is what they did in the beginning of gas cars too. In other words, I can't charge my Leaf at a Tesla charger. However, Biden just asked Tesla to stop doing that. And they actually may do it, which would be nice. Leave it so that we can get into it too. Because it's not that you can't plug it in. You can plug it in. But Tesla has blocked it so that if you're not a Tesla customer, you can't use it. And that's just shenanigans.
Yeah, that's stupid.
I don't mind paying Tesla. You know what I mean? Like,
well, and that reeks of stupidity on Tesla's part, because they're literally leaving money on the table.
Yep.
Oh, this is only for Tesla customers. Okay, but you could be making more money by having, hey, this guy over here is coming over to your Tesla thing and filling up, and he could be looking at that going, you know, these stations are really, really good, are really good and fast. You know, maybe I should look at a Tesla. You know, they could use it for marketing, and they could use it not only to make money there, but also put it into someone's brain so that down the road they might buy a Tesla.
Right. Well, and that's the problem, is that the problem we've got is that they don't want, what they don't want is competition. And so they're playing the little game of you know, as long as we don't let other people do this, then other people are going to go, well, I guess I better get a Tesla, because Teslas now have a grid all over America where you can go from point A to point B on superchargers, and it only takes 20 minutes at a stop. And everybody is always like, oh God, 20 minutes. And I'm like, really, honestly, if you think about it, 300 miles is 5 hours of driving. So you're getting a 20-minute stop every 5 hours. Trust me, after 5 hours of driving, you really should get up and walk around for 20 minutes. You know, you really don't want to be doing the 5-second stopovers every 5 hours. You're going to stop for lunch. You get lunch. So you drive for 4 hours, you charge, you get lunch. You drive for 4 hours, you charge, you get dinner. You drive for 4 hours. You know what I mean? It works.
Yeah.
You're going to have to do that anyway. There's no way you can drive 12 straight hours unless you've got the little pecan in your car, you know. But if you're doing that, you got worse problems, man.
Well, and also, too, even if you fill up with gas, it takes you longer than 10 minutes to fill up.
It always does, and nobody believes that either. That's so frustrating to me.
Like, when you're there and you're filling up the tank, particularly if you have a big truck or a van or whatever, and you're filling up the tank, you have enough time to clean your windows.
Yeah.
Oh, and then I'm going to go inside and I'm going to shop. Pick up a couple of things here, snacky foods. If you're doing a big cross-country event, stopping at a gas station is a big event that takes you 20, 30 minutes anyways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I should know. I went to Omaha several times, and that's an 11-hour drive. And I knew with the range of my car that I was going to be stopping for food and gas in, what was it? Not Olala. Shoot, I can't remember the town just outside, just before border when you get to, anyways. I always had to stop there. And then I had another stop in Kearney.
Yep.
But those were big stops where it's like I'm filling up with gas, I'm getting, food from the restaurant or whatever. It was, when I stopped, it was a several minute thing.
Mm-hmm.
So 20 minutes to fill up my tank? That's not as bad as you would think.
No, that's the thing that always gets me is people just assume that they stop. People assume they drive 500 miles every day in their commute. They assume that they don't have, that their gas stops take 1.5 minutes. You know what I mean? Like all of these weird assumptions that they drive with their cars. And it's like, you guys don't pay attention to your actual vehicle operation. You know what I mean? It's like, it's so weird. It's like you guys don't actually see how your vehicle operates. You think it operates a certain way, but it really doesn't. And that bothers me. It just bothers me. And then all these commercials add to that anxiety. I think the reason that I'm mostly mad about it, though, is that we leased our car for so long because we bought into that crap. So we ended up spending a lot more money than we should have. And I'm always mad. Our money is so tight and things are so tight that it makes me mad that we got bamboozled into spending more money. Like money we didn't really have. And that makes me mad. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
we didn't have that money. And we spent it because we bought into the hype that, oh no, the batteries will cost $40 billion and you'll have to replace them every 2 weeks. And, like all this crap that didn't turn out to be true. We've now owned 3 different Leafs. And we purchased this last one finally to get out from under those leases, because those leases were killing us. They cost us way too much money. And we had mileage restrictions, and they cost us money when we went over mileage. And if you so much as sneezed on it, it cost you $1,000 to repair. And I mean, it was just brutal. It was horrible. And that was the whole point. They liked that. That was great. If we scare you into it, you'll pay us more money. And I'm like, I hate being bamboozled. And I really don't like it. And all I'm seeing is the same thing. Everybody's now doing these ads, which are like, oh, electric cars, they'll kill you. You won't be able to make it to work and back. Mariah she bought the 2015 model. We bought it. It's ours. But it's the 20 kilowatt hour battery. So it has a whole whopping like 60, 65, 70 miles on it range. I mean, think about that.
We got the one, we intentionally purchased one with only 65 miles on it of range. And we don't care. Every so often she has to plug it in at work because the heater takes up battery power. And everybody does that too. They're like, oh, EVs, they use up battery for the heater. I'm like, gas cars use up gas for their air conditioning. And it's back to that whole, we don't judge gas cars the same way we judge EVs.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my gas car doesn't use up gas to turn on the heat. Har, har, har. I'm like, this is Colorado. 50% of our year is super hot. 50% of our year is super cold. That's the way it has always been. So we just swapped out because the AC, for some reason, does not use up a lot of battery. I haven't figured that one out. But on an electric, the AC doesn't use up much battery. So there's that. But the heat does. So, yeah, it just... Those commercials are so, like, dense. They're designed to make you freak out. Yeah. I don't want an electric car. Think about what would happen if we had an electric car. Oh, God. Yeah, you got me all wound up on it.
But it's, I mean, when even I got mad at the commercials.
You're like, this is so stupid.
And then I had to explain why I was so mad at that commercial. It's like, because it's, propagating a false narrative.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I feel like this is one of those things where it's so frustrating to me because it's like, I mean, I understand. I believe that they're not playing fair with a fair market, right? I mean, that's not fair market. You can't say this is fair market when you're going out there and deliberately freaking people out so that they won't buy a product. Because then you can't let the best vehicle win, right? Because that's the whole argument people are having with me is it's like, well, why don't you just let the best vehicle win? And I'm like, because your advertisements keep making EVs out to be these demon machines that'll kill you. And none of it's true. We've owned one for 7 years and never had it die in the winter. We've never had a problem in the winter. We've never had a problem in the summer. We've never had a problem with charging. In fact, up until this last one, which was the smallest battery pack we have ever bought, we've never used a public charger. We've never had to. And the only real reason we use a public charger right now is because the school that Mariah is at has a free charger out front if you're a school employee. Well, it's not free, but I think it's like 75 cents. So,
Still, 75 cents is nothing.
Nothing.
And so it's, it's like, it's so weird because it's like, the thing that gets me also is that electric cars are better vehicles. I mean, I hate to say this, but they are. They have fewer moving parts. They don't run at 475 degrees Fahrenheit. So they don't break down. I mean, part of the problem with gas cars is that they run at such a phenomenally high temperature that after a while, the metal just starts to fall apart.
Yeah.
I mean, our Leaf is rated to 1,000,000 miles. 1,000,000 miles. Like, the reason we bought it was because, yeah, we'll have to swap that battery pack out at some point. And I know that. And it's something I'm just going to have to deal with. We'll take it down to my buddy Aaron's house, or he's got a shop with a H lift. So we'll be able to put it up on the lift and put it up into the air. And we'll just pull the battery pack out and put in a new pack at some point. And yeah, it'll be an expensive maneuver. It'll probably cost us about $5-6 grand. But when we replace it, we're going to put in the 65 amp battery pack, or 65 kilowatt hour battery pack. We're not going to put another 20 kilowatt hour battery pack in there. And that'll give it a range of 300 miles again.
Yeah.
We'll have the little bug car that's got a range of 300 miles. That initial first generation Leaf will have 300 miles on it, and that'll be fine. We'll never ever stop at a charger ever again, and that's going to happen, and it'll be a $5 grand thing. But we bought the car for $8 grand, and you think about it, for $13,000, which is what that'll cost us in the end, the car will go 1,000,000 miles.
And that is fantastic.
Right? Think about that. That's 1,000,000 miles is like 25 years. This literally will be the last car that my wife and I will drive. Because at 50, in 25 years, somebody's going to be starting to talk about taking away my driver's license. I'll be too old.
Yeah.
So this could very reasonably be the very last car we ever own, because its maintenance is so low. You don't need to worry about the maintenance. And that's what gets me, is it's a superior vehicle. It just is. And the battery packs are swappable. So the biggest problem with them is the battery packs. And those can be pulled out and replaced. It's like 12 bolts and 3 plugs. I know, I've already looked into it, because I'm like, I can tell already this is going to cost me like a 12 pack of Coca-Cola, because it's going to be a big deal. But I know that my buddy Aaron, who's a car guy, who's the guy that got me into cars in high school, I think him and my buddy James, we all want to get our hands into this car. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Aaron is a actual mechanic. That's actually really legit what he does. So he's not going to pull it apart and then, I don't know what these parts do, I guess they're not needed. He'll put it back together and it will run. So we know that he'll be able to do it right.
Well, and also too, by the time that you could need new battery packs, they'll probably be cheaper.
Yep. And there's all these new salt batteries that they're working on now, sea salt batteries that they're working on, which is fascinating to me. So they're not even using lithium.
Yeah, they're using a more renewable resource.
Yeah, it's just ocean water,
They've moved us up on our inch total. They're saying 3 to 8 inches here in Firestone.
Yeah, it's spinning now. It's doing the spinny thing.
Well, they said it was going to while it was ramping up, because it's coming in from south to north.
Oh, those are the worst storms. They're completely inconsistent.
Yeah, no, this is a complete upslope. So this is going to be a nasty storm.
Stupid storm.
I like how we're working on comics. You're doing the animation. We're having a deep dive into EVs.
That's the nature of our show, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, it's who we are. Yeah, but EVs, the whole thing makes me mad, so it makes some sense. I'm kind of glad that it makes you mad too. It's kind of, sad, but
No, why would you ask this? Oh, God. I don't know how to do something like that. I'd have to download a freaking 3D program and learn how to do it. So this person wants to take their logo and give it a vertical axis spin to use as their alert box image. I think that's only something I could do in Daz Studio. What do you think?
or Blender.
Or Blender.
Yeah. I've actually, after having fought with Daz for this long, I'm of the opinion that I'm just going to learn Blender. There are enough little glitches in Daz that make me feel not comfortable with it as a reliable source on this. It won't make much difference visually. I just need to learn how to use it, but I think the animation will be far, far superior out of Blender. And I'll be able to shatter the cars, which is one of the things I'm really looking to. They can shatter like glass when they hit each other, which will be comedic and funny every time. Leaving the poor little dude just sitting there with his steering wheel, like broken glass all over the place. Because that'll be humorous enough to kind of disarm the severity of it. you know?
Yeah. Wow, 12 minutes left in the show.
Yeah. Man, I'm having fun with this. Way too much fun. Did you see me? I've added me.
Just terrified and panicked over the situation.
Because I almost got run over. This is what I look like normally over here, like in my little like Hawaiian shirts. Because I love my Hawaiian shirts, and this one's loud and orange and green, like all Hawaiian shirts should be. So I added me, and now I'm like totally. I've got like gray mustache and goatee and gray eyebrows and stuff like that. And it's just exciting because I added me. I now has the ability to add me. Because it's ridiculous.
And I'm gonna hit run. I'm actually pretty excited because this is pretty cool. That this is a good what's going on sort of thing, But I'm actually making like the cars that can get really close and dodge each other. I can't wait until I put it in where they can just shatter.
So are you gonna have an animation about? So are you gonna do an animation about don't multitask, don't text while driving?
We don't have that on the list, but out there.
Oh God, I see so many people do. And the thing is people think that they're so slick and they can multitask and no one will notice. And it's like you're driving and you're watching how they're driving. It's like you're texting right now, aren't you? Because of you could actually almost tell the difference between someone who is drunk and someone who is texting.
Oh yeah,
the person who
you have the same
texting. It's scary, like getting behind, particularly somebody who is texting, because they're half paying attention.
It's true. And that's the problem, is that texting and driving is proven to be as horrible as drinking and driving. And this tells a pretty decent story, I think. The blind spot check right here. Driving along. Looks to his right. He looks in that rearview mirror. He doesn't see anything. Right? Okay, cool. Looks to the exact right. He can't see anything. But we know that there's car C is there. You just can't see it. Okay. Then he checks his other mirror. And that's what he sees in his other mirror. Looks that way. So he thinks he can change lanes. And he runs me off the road. What are you doing, you crazy dude? Don't run me off the road. That works. I think I need to add some stuff to the other side.
Bob keeps running me over. Jerk. There we go. And that's DS5 is smog. DS6 is 1. And then we'll clear the 6. And that puts me at DS7, which is not complete, which is perfect because that's not ready yet. Because this is a hierarchy of stops. That's this guy, which we will work on tomorrow morning. I'm pretty proud of this, though. And we are quite a ways in. And a lot of these just need to be rendered, but the problem is I need to sit here while it's rendering. And that's difficult. Because I can't do anything else while it's rendering. And my speakers get screwed up and stuff like that. So it becomes more difficult. I have to shut everything down, though, because I can already see I have a restart pending.
And it's midnight.
Yep. There's a restart pending, so I'm shutting everything down, too, before we go. And I never managed to get this comic strip through because I got all caught up in drawing the cute little spaceship. But it's an adorable spaceship. I'm just saying. Closing everything out. All right. Well, my dear friend, by tomorrow, I will set up a Google Drive home for you. How much space do you think you've been using up for all of your comics?
I can actually look that up.
Do you know how to hook up a Google Drive to your system?
Absolutely not. We'll figure that out later.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that before a show where we're both on here, but we're not broadcasting because there will be a lot of passwords and things like that. So
Yeah.
rather than broadcast that to the universe, we should probably... I'm just saying. Weird, I know.
So each folder is about 500 megs.
How many folders?
So it'd be about 5 folders right now.
Yeah, so you're looking at just a couple of gigs. I've got a terabyte.
Yeah.
So you're not going to take up any room on my Google Drive at all.
Yeah.
I was actually sitting there going, crap, it's going to take some time because I'm going to have to clear off some space, move stuff around. But then you're like, yeah, it's almost 2.5 gigs. And I'm like, I still have that free. I mean, I think I've got like still 150 gigs left on my, and I was sitting there going, it's tight. It's getting tight in there, getting tight, you know. So yeah, I'll just free up some space for you and then share a folder for you and you can use it anytime. And actually that's what I'm doing right now. All of my stuff is on my OneDrive, which is also a cloud drive. So if heaven forbid this guy decided to give up the ghost tomorrow, I could still run my entire system. I could still do it all on the Surface. I could keep drawing my comics and everything on the Surface because the Surface is also connected to the OneDrive. So as long as they're both connected to the OneDrive, Microsoft has all of my stuff. Whatever you want to say about that, Microsoft servers have all of my comic pages.
Makes sense.
Yep. So we will do all of this later, though, but let's do that. That will save you a lot of heartache. The worst thing that has ever happened with Google Drive is it duplicated everything once. That was aggravating. But it's never deleted anything. And I've been running a Google Drive since 2014. So in all these years, it has duplicated it once, which is stupid and aggravating. To go find everything with parentheses 1, parentheses, and delete that. But other than that, we were good. Cool. Well, then I'm going to go to bed and let this thing do its little restart and be a happy puppy and whatever it's doing. I don't even know. So
Sounds good to me. So let's
the
do our
AM.
outro.
Yeah. I'll push the outro button. I'll see you later. And as always, keep your eyes on the stars. Bye-bye.
Ah!